Well, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time of day you're watching this. I'm sorry I can't see your smiley, shining faces right now, but we're gonna make do. Welcome to the first video of ProfJStoner's YouTube channel. What I wanted to do in this video is kind of just to address some general things about what we're going to do moving forward, and then address specifically each class. So if you're watching this and you got this link, it's because you're taking one of the 3 classes. First of all, I have to be honest, I have no idea what's going on. I'm just as up in the air as you guys. I've never seen anything like this. So these are strange, ambiguous times, but we will get through this. And you and I will get through this as a class. We will adapt. It's what we do as humans. We're resilient. You guys understand, game is still on for classes. We still are going to be doing this class. I still am going to deliver content. I'm still going to assess whether you know that content. I'm going to be submitting grades. So don't think that the semester's done. It's probably the most important thing. Hopefully I can edit that. Yeah, so this is going to kind of be fun because hopefully I can do some green screen stuff. So I hope that you guys see that in my classes, I really try to practice the principles that I teach you guys about leadership and about management. For instance, on the first day, I really try to set up a very clear psychological contract with you. And I do that in line with goal-setting theory, procedural justice, expectancy theory, behavior modification. I set a bar and say, this is what you have to do in order to reach that grade. Here's how you're going to be assessed. I'm going to apply this policy for the next 3 months for the semester. I'm going to apply it uniformly to everyone. And that's normally how I run a class. The problem is, I set all of that in place assuming a certain structure was in place. So if we think about the Man Gulch article, if we think about, if you're in the entrepreneur leadership class, bricolage and cognitive ambidexterity, what has happened is, I have this goal, this idea of where I want to go, and I had a plan to reach there, but the situation has totally changed. So the plan is no longer going to work, right? I mean, we still have the goal, and we're going to reach that goal, but we just have to adjust a lot, okay? So that's what we're going to do. Everything's virtual. Yay! What that means is it took me 2 seconds to get ready, as you can tell. Yeah, just put on a coat and came downstairs. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is delivering content on a weekly basis, either via video or via email. So the email that you got to get to this video link, or check this channel. So you might want to subscribe to this channel because then I think you'll get notifications when new content comes up. But this is the main way I'm going to deliver it. The other thing is I'm going to be sending each class a very detailed email within the next week about specifically how we're going to do each thing. Okay, today's just kind of an overview. I'm also going to include in there my phone number. I've never done this in the US before. Please don't abuse this in any way. But during our normal class meeting hours, so basically Tuesday, Thursday, from 10:30 until 4:30, and then Wednesday from 3 to 4, I will be available by phone. So if you have questions about anything, just call me. I'll tell you specifically how to do this in the email I'll be sending you. But that'll be the main way we're going to be communicating, is email, and then this YouTube channel. The exception is if you're in the ethical leadership class with Professor Jordan and I. Let me get into the specifics of each class. Introduction to ethical leadership. Okay, if you're in that class, watch Blackboard. So we're pretty set up to go with that class. I'm going to be touching base with Professor Jordan, but I think we will be fine because we already have Blackboard, we already have discussion board, and we have posts ready to go and material that's already populated. So we're ready to go on that, I think. So check there. That's the main message to that class. Okay. If you're in the organizational behavior class, though, this is the most difficult class to deal with. So, we have an exam scheduled for Thursday, exam 3 over motivation. We have an exam 4, and then we have group projects left. Okay, that's all that's left in the points. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take those remaining points, and again, I'll send you an email with all the specifics. All the remaining points in the semester, we're going to divide them among exam 3 and exam 4. Exam 3 and exam 4 will be done virtually. You'll have about a week to do them. They will be short answer essay, and there'll be some application. So I'll start priming you for this, but it'll be things like, you know, this situation right now, in my mind, this is not good, okay? And I don't want to try to put a positive spin on this, but this actually gives us some opportunity to think about the application of the theories that I talk about in class in a new way. So for instance, like in this situation, how would you motivate, or how would you even deal with, not even motivate, let's not even worry about motivation. How are you going to deal with your employees on a very basic level if you're a manager at a university, a consulting firm, an accounting firm, a restaurant? What would you do if you were the manager of a restaurant? Okay. And I see all sorts of things coming into play. So there's just some interesting things that we're going to be able to play with. I hope that it'll be still a real positive learning experience. But that's what we're going to do. Is we're going to shift from multiple choice to essay, short answer. We're going to shift from purely, here's the theory, which you'll still need to know, and I'll deliver that content, but also some more application, which I will drive some discussion that way via video or email. And that'll basically be that class, okay? So the entrepreneur leadership class, this really gives us a neat opportunity. If we think about entrepreneurship, thinking of new and innovative ways of doing things, yeah, we couldn't build a better case study than right now. So you guys are going to have to deal with what, quite frankly, I'm dealing with, which is moving from a very in-person mode to moving to a virtual world and a virtual mode. So I will give you more specifics again in an email, but basically you guys are going to have a group project, and you're going to have to do it all virtually. It's not going to be a problem. It's going to be a video project. You're going to have to be able to exchange some ideas, but this is a good challenge. The idea that you can transition from, all right, we're meeting once a week or twice a week in person and touching some base and then doing a couple of things electronically, to how do we do things completely electronically right now? You're going to get some practice in doing that. You are going to have a little bit more close contact with me, I'm envisioning, because of the nature of the project. So probably you can plan on somebody from your team at least calling me once a week to kind of talk about where the project's going and some points there. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're going to be doing in that class. So that's it in a nutshell. I hope you guys are being safe. I hope you're well. I don't want to use my professor soapbox to say anything inappropriate, but please, follow guidelines. As some of you know, my wife is Italian. She's in Italy right now, and they're at a whole nother level. And yeah, it's going to take us as a community really to get through this and kind of work together. This is not the time to be going out and mingling with large crowds. That's my feeling. I know when you're in college you want to do that, but think of the greater good of everyone. So anyways, be safe. Yeah.